This episode of the Golf Gambling Podcast from the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by our free bracket challenge. $2,000 winner take all. Enter today at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bracket. Compete against SGPN this March in our $75K winner take all college basketball survivor contest. March has never been this exciting. Enter at splashsports.com/SGPN. That's splashsports.com/SGPN. When it comes to college basketball and March Mania, one thing is for sure, nothing's for sure. Upsets, buzzer beaters, Cinderella's advancing, top seeds going home early. It's all going to happen. Bet the unexpected. Upsets every day with DraftKings Sportsbook. Live betting, exclusive content, promos, parlays. DraftKings is the ultimate first destination for March. First time, here's something special just for you. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Bet the unexpected with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SGP. That's code SGP for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only at DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER in New York. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in Connecticut. Help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 plus age and eligibility varies by the jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. New customers only. Bonus bets expire 160 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. Okay, we are live. Valspar Championship, Tampa, the final week of the Florida Swing. I will be there tomorrow on site, breaking it down like I always do. But yeah, I'm going to recap the players tomorrow with Dom. I want to get into the DraftKings. I want to get into the Valspar keys. I want to get into what we're going to do from a DFS point of view. Word on the street is there's going to be a wave split. So we'll have to monitor that situation early in the week, but it looks like we're going to have to monitor tee times. And as that goes on, definitely pay attention to the Discord. Definitely pay attention to Twitter, your resources, because there could be a serious edge to be had this week. But for now, I'm just going to go through all of the guys because there's no tee times out yet in terms of just what I like, what I don't like. So let's not waste any time. Let's pull up my screen and let's talk some Valspar. $10,000 and above, we have 4 golfers: Sepp Straka, Tommy Fleetwood, Xander Schauffele, and Justin Thomas. And I'll say right now, I think there's one golfer that I really like in this range more than the rest of them. And I think that's Tommy Fleetwood, as crazy as it sounds. Now, Tommy Fleetwood is very unserious. Tommy Fleetwood has very little dog. But Tommy Fleetwood will fight for 4 days and backdoor a T3 finish when he's all but out of it. Justin Thomas is definitely the best player and probably the best overall form and ceiling in this range and form. But for the $300 cheaper, I think I would, $500 cheaper, I think I would take my chances with Tommy. This field is stronger, but it's nothing insane. And Tommy has played well on courses like this in his career. I mean, he finished T3 back in 2023, another T16 in 2022. I will say, like, his stats are so good, but they're so good for what? He has no really will and urge to go win a golf tournament, but he has so much will and urge to play well and backdoor a strong finish. I think he's a better DFS play than bet, but I will say if Tommy drifts a little bit, I can get to him in the betting market, especially if I see some good things. I've only seen great things from Tommy the last few times I've been out there. At Bay Hill, the dude looked awesome. At Players, the dude looked awesome, and he had good finishes in both. So this is the weaker field he's been in, and I think the ownership will be right on Tommy where it's not going to be too inflated, and a chalk Tommy's going to let you down. So I do think this is a good week to go put all your eggs in this basket at 10K and above with Tommy. I just think Sepp's a tad too expensive. Xander doesn't know where the ball's going right now, and JT would be the second best guy up here. But I would say if you're making 100 lineups, go 80 Tommy, 20 JT. Let's go down to the 9K range. Sam Burns, Corey Connors, Shea Drew, Shane Lowry, Willie Z, Tom Kim, Jordan Spieth, and Alex Smalley. We'll start at the bottom. Alex Smalley is way too expensive. Way too expensive. Yeah, he's a great ball striker. Yeah, he's going to play well. But this is what you call chasing a number. Alex Smalley played beyond his beliefs last week, and his best game was the ball striking, and it wasn't really what got him to success. It was the short game that really had him play well last week. So, yeah, he did hit it well, but the short game got him out of jail a bunch of times on Saturday. And at 9K, one of the most expensive prices of his career in terms of field, I'm going to be out on Alex Smalley at 9K. Right above him, we have Jordan Spieth. Got good course history here for sure, but he still doesn't really know where the ball's going. It's a lot of good, a lot of bad. He will make birdies though for sure. Tom Kim. Now, Tom Kim put on an absolute display of ball striking at the Players Championship. I'm going to go and look at the exact numbers. He finished T42, but this man led the field on approach. He gained nearly 10 strokes on approach. I'm going to see that could be his best career iron performance. It really could be. Bear with me for 1 second because Tom Kim could come into this week. No, he gained on the DP World Tour. Last week was his best career PGA Tour. His second best career PGA Tour was 7.4 at the Shriners, 7.4 at the U.S. Open LACC. This was his best career PGA Tour iron performance. So Tom Kim's clearly hitting the ball well. He put so poorly last week, but this is now in his last 3 starts. He's lost over 14 strokes putting combined. And that's Florida. And it's hard to say that Tom Kim is just going to putt well, but I do think with the ball striking form, with the price, I think you're going to get a good golfer. So Tom Kim, $9,100, tiny $200. I think you're in for a good play. Will Zalatoris, if the ownership is there, sure. But if it's not, I could see him being chalky. I could see him being 16% at $9,300. And I'd prefer to just pivot up to Shane Lowry. Shane Lowry has been playing a lot of good golf of late, playing a lot of golf in general of late. And my take with him at the API was that he's going to run out of gas. And he was the 36-hole leader and all but ran out of gas. Now, looking at his stats from last week, the dude gained nearly 8 strokes on approach on a tough approach week at the Players, and he's played well here before. He's never lost strokes ball striking. T12 in 2022, T49 in 2018, but he hit the ball really well. So Shane is really striping it right now, gaining strokes ball striking in his last 3 starts, all in Florida. No worse finish than 20th. And if he doesn't withdraw, I think Shane could be in for a really, really, really solid week. So he's probably my favorite play in this 9K range. Sam Burns has no idea where the ball is going. Fade. I know the course history is there. And Corey Connors, yeah, he's going to hit fairways, going to hit greens. I don't hate that, but I would probably rank this range Shane Lowry, Tom Kim, Corey Connors, then Will Zalatoris in terms of price, in terms of ownership, in terms of everything. So this is definitely an interesting range, but I really do like Shane. Definitely fade Sam Burns. Definitely fade Alex Smalley, especially a chalk Alex Smalley. We'll move down 8K range. Mike Kim down to Cameron Young. I didn't even know he was in this field. I thought Carson Young was only in this field. Huh. Well, Cameron Young's in this field at 8K. Finished runner-up here last year. He's a lost boy. I want to look at Cam Young's stats for a minute. Because he's just truthfully a lost boy. And I'll see him in a few minutes. I'm heading to TGL after this. But even when Cam Young's clicking and playing, dude, Cam Young has lost strokes on approach in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of his last 11 starts. For a guy who has trouble getting across the line, for a guy who has trouble with the mental, it's tough to like Cam Young at 8K. Jake Knapp, all putter. Ben On, the approach play has not been good, but if it firms up, I can get into Ben On. I really don't. I think I like the middle of this 8K range. Victor Hovland is forgotten man. He's going to be 6%, and no, it's not been good. But you're getting him at a really great price, and he hit the ball fine last week. The driver was bad, but there's water around. There's way more water around Sawgrass than there is around here. He gained 2 strokes on approach. If Victor can find fairways, he's going to play well. By well, I mean like T16, which is fine at this price. I mean, we know the ceiling that he represents. Everyone's forgetting Victor. I think this is the best spot we've seen from him in a while. And towards the middle of this 8K range, I really like Taylor Moore. Taylor Moore is finding the ball striking. Taylor Moore is in a red state again, and Taylor Moore has great course history here. Obviously, he's won here before, and I definitely like him. So Mike Kim, you got to fade him again at this price. It's just way too expensive. Lucas Glover, he will play well, $8,800. I do not mind that. But I would say this range, I really, really like Victor Hovland, Taylor Moore, and Lucas Glover. I rank it Taylor Moore, Victor Hovland, Lucas Glover. Let's get to the 7K range. Let's get to the 6K range. First, really quickly, Rhythm. Rhythm is throwing an epic March Madness party, and you're invited. All Rhythm users are invited for a first 4 watch party Wednesday, March 19th at the awesome Stadium Swim at the Circa. They're also giving away a $250 March Madness future for one lucky random Rhythm user. If you can't make it to the party, you can still use the future bet. Rhythm's March Madness stats and success rate from 2024. With UConn winning, our percentage of winners was 39% higher than ESPN as a whole. Rhythm predicted Duquesne, NC State, and Oakland upsets. 45% of Rhythm brackets had NC State reaching the Sweet 16 last year. So a free party plus a chance at $250 future when you sign up with Rhythm. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/party for details. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/party. And finally, Underdog Pick'em. Underdog Pick'em has a entry you can play in every single sport and win up to 100x. Sign up with code GOLFSGPN to claim your special pick plus first time deposit offer up to $1,000. That's Underdog Fantasy promo code GOLFSGPN to claim your special pick plus first time deposit offer up to $1,000. Okay, 7K range, and it is a fairly big range. So we'll split this range into two. We got Ben Griffin. We'll go down to Ryan Gerard. So we'll go 7.9 to 7K. I'll tell you right now, Sahith Theegala made the cut and made a ton of birdies. And at the price that you're getting Sahith, like you got to just keep buying it. He finished T52, but he didn't do anything poorly. He didn't do anything amazing. I think there's a lot worse spots for Sahith to be in with his ball striking, with his game, than he could be right now. And you're getting him at pretty low in a field that's nothing otherworldly. So 78, I think you could definitely give Sahith a look. Rasmus Norgard Peterson, I wonder what the vibe is going to be around him, because he has one career PGA Tour start, and that was a second place at the Puerto Rico Open. He's coming off back-to-back runner-ups. He was second at the Qatar Masters, second at the Puerto Rico Open. This kid is a stud, so remember the name, a future Viking Cup Hall of Famer. Middle of the 7K range. I don't want to chase Bud Cauley after last week after a massive price increase. I don't mind this middle. This middle is beautiful. Christian Bezuidenhout, Kurt Kitayama, Rasmus Højgaard. You're getting some high-end ceilings with different styles of play. Seabass can get up and down from everywhere, make every single putt. Kurt Kitayama can gain 8 strokes ball striking. Rasmus can gain 8 strokes in any category. I think if you're running 100 lineups, you sprinkle Kurt, Rasmus, and Seabass, because all three of them have a really high ceiling. All three of them are not going to be super, super chalky, and all three of them can make you, play 2 out of 3. These are great prices. So 7K range, upper 7K range. I like Sahith from the top, and I like the sprinkle of Seabass, Kurt, and Rasmus in the middle. Let's go towards the bottom of the 7K range. We got Jacob Bridgman down to, it's a long range, down to Thorbjorn Olesen, Ryan Fox, Joel Damon. I'll start at the bottom of the 7K range. I think my guy down here is Thorbjorn Olesen. He hasn't done much this season, but he's a guy I prefer in difficult conditions. I like him when you got to hit fairways, when you got to get up and down. He missed the cut at the Cognizant Classic, but it was on the number, and he gained a half-stroke ball striking. So it was a positive week for him in terms of hitting the golf ball opposed to the field. It's a cheap price for someone who I should make the cut in these conditions. A little bit above him, Jesper Svensson has been feeding nations for us. I wouldn't mind going back to him at all. And then at Max McGreevy. Max McGreevy, what he did last week was so damn impressive. If you don't know about Max McGreevy, he's been a Bermuda specialist back when I did this show, like in 2022, when he was a rookie on tour. Then he went to the Korn Ferry. He loves Bermuda, and that is what we have here. He gained 10 strokes ball striking last week and lost 5 strokes putting. If he putt even close to his Bermuda baseline, he wins the Players by like 8 strokes. I'm not even freaking kidding. This dude is so good at Bermuda, and he hit the ball so well last week. I love Max McGreevy at $7,200. And then I love Nikolai Højgaard. I saw great things from him last week, and I was wrong. Hand up, I was wrong about Nikolai last week. I thought he was going to play a lot better. But I saw good things. I'm willing to hang on to it for one more week, because Nikolai, when he's on his best, is a top 5 player in the world, and that's not a joke. So I'm down for Nikolai at 73. And then Doug Gim. I don't mind Doug Gim at all. Back on, he had a bad week at a place that he usually plays really well on. Obviously played super, super good at the Cognizant Classic. Doug Gim should bounce back. I'm excited to see him tomorrow. Let's get to the 6K range before we get out of here. A few guys I like in the 6K range that catch my eye. Nico Echeverria. When he gets at these prices, you blindly play it, because Nico Etch, we know what his ceiling is. I think he could be in for a great week. Matt McCarty. Let me tell you what Matt McCarty did at the Players last week in terms of ball striking. Matt McCarty finished T20 -4, and he gained 6.3 strokes ball striking. He was sixth in the entire field off the tee, better than Rory McIlroy. I'm so down for Matt McCarty, PGA Tour winner on a week where you have to hit fairways. Definitely like him at 67. I like I just said, Nico at 68. Then towards the bottom, you're going to hear a lot about Jackson Zuber, $6,500, friend of the program. But if he gets the slightest bit chalky out, it is a home game for him. He's from the Tampa area. But if he's the lone chalky guy in the 6K range, you don't want to mess with that at all. Kieran Van Vick, he played really well at the the Puerto Rico Open. Not really sure what his game is yet, but monitor the situation on Kieran. And then at the bottom, David Skins. David Skins missed the cut last week, but I saw him out driving guys like Christopher Ventura and Victor Hovland, and we know he randomly pops in difficult conditions. So he did it this time last year, almost winning in Houston. I'm down for David Skins. So 6K range, Skins, 6K range. Who did I say? McCarty, and 6K range, Nico Etch. That does it for the DFS preview. Hope you enjoyed some of those picks. Back Wednesday with Dom to break down the betting preview. Any questions, you know where to find me, and I'll catch you guys soon. Peace out.